that there. Vicky's got a testimony here she's going to share, and then I have a little one.
So, whoa. So this is just a little thing, but maybe not. Several years ago, I would go through drive-thrus and I would pay for the person's meal behind me. And so I did this for like 2 years, and then I just got kind of a little more focused in my giving and kind of let that slack off. And so last week I was going through McDonald's, and I always get a iced coffee and a large iced tea for the day. I don't do it every day, but maybe twice a week. And so I get up to the window, and the poor little guy standing there goes, well, the people in front of you just paid for your meal. And I went, oh my gosh, Lord. First time that's ever happened to me. And and so, I just encourage you guys to kind of do that kind of thing. It's kind of fun. And the very first time I ever did it, and the Lord spoke to me about doing it, I looked in my back view mirror, and I saw this woman, and she was just really, really, the countenance of her face, I can't even explain it, but she just looked really, really sad. And I felt like the Lord said, pay for her meal. This woman needs to have a smile on her face today. So I went up and I said, hey, how much is the meal back there? Because, I don't have a lot of money. And she told me, and I paid for it. And just as I was pulling out, she got up there. And it was really cool because the guy told her, and her face just lit up. And I was pulling out, and she was behind me, and the whole time she's just got this huge smile on her face. So you don't know, what's going on there, but if you do those kind of things, you're going to see stuff happen, and even if you don't, stuff happens. So.
I had that happen to me yesterday. Somebody paid for your meal? Oh, that's awesome, Ray. Praise God. All right, Gene, I'm going to try to switch over to headset if you can. Okay, I'm going to stay in on this financial thing. And this is a little bit of a tricky thing to talk about because you don't generally give and then talk about it, report about it or whatever the case. But I don't know, for those of you that were here about three, maybe 4 weeks ago, the Lord had been speaking to us about sowing something out. We talked about it in the stewardship committee. And so I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we decided, and then during worship, the Lord spoke about some financial stuff. So anyway, I jumped back there, I grabbed a check, and we decided to give another church here in town some money. And we know some of the people there, and usually there's a couple that attend there that also attend here. And so I kind of hit him up to take the check to him. So it wasn't a ton of money, but it was a substantial enough amount of money that it was surprising a little bit. I think we gave him $1,000 or something like that, and we gave him a little bit. Anyway, we got a card back. Let me read it to you. Dear Larry, Vicky, and Joyland, it says, wow. And thanks for making an eternal difference. Dear Larry, Vicky, and Joyland, we were completely blown away by your astonishing and gracious act of generosity. Thank you for being instruments of blessing to Dayspring. What a joy to the Father's heart and an encouragement to ours. We recently needed to do some major repairs on our cracked parking lot, so your kindness could not have been better timed. Such an act of obedience is noted in the heavenlies and will be remembered. May God bless you 100-fold for blessing us in his love. And it was signed by the pastors and people at Dayspring. It was really a fun thing. I loved getting that notice. And then to kind of cap it off, Trudy works for another church down in the Springs, and she just kind of put a bug in their ear because they also give out from time to time. And this week, you came by here with a $500 check that was put into our benevolence fund to help people. And then I think, didn't you get a chance to deliver another one over to Church of the Wildwood? So they gave $500 to the food pantry. Anyway, and so it's not so much that I'm sharing it for a quid pro quo or anything like that. And obviously, we were blessed to give, regardless of what the response was. But there is an overcoming thing, just like Vicki illustrated, you saw, Doug, like you talked about. There's an overcoming thing once you step beyond fear in relationship, pretty much to anything, but especially to money, So That's pretty neat stuff.